what I did was I said, all right, I'm gonna come with the angle of it don't matter what I look like, it don't matter what the artist look like, it's more what the artist sound like. So the mask really represents the whole like to rebel against the trying to sell the product as a human being, you know what I mean? It's more of a sound, so, and at the same time, it's something different, you know what I'm saying? And it fits with the theme of the rebel, the villain, where, to him, he don't care about the fame and all that shit. That shit is no consequence, you know what I mean? It's more of the message of what's being said. So I think it helps people focus more on what's being said, and it's still entertaining. It's still like the theater, and it has the appeal of something that could be considered entertaining, but that message is still there. That villain represents anybody. Anybody in here could wear the mask and be the villain, male, female, any race, so-called race. You know what I mean? It's about where you coming from your heart. You know what I'm saying? Like what is the message? What you got to say? You know what I mean? So that's mainly why I chose to bring the mask into the fold.
Ties and going to the polls. Marijuana's gonna be like liquor, packaged and taxed and sold right off the shelf.
I doubt it, Mr. Shipley.
Look, I don't mean to be disrespectful, but it seems to me there must be better things for cops to do than chase down wild rumors about something as innocent as marijuana. Why don't you go after the big bad guys, the heroin peddlers? I won't argue with you about them, they should be stopped.
That's right. We'd like to put them out of business, that's why we're here.
What do you mean?
We're trying to keep them from getting a new customer.
There's a big difference between marijuana and hard narcotics.
Yeah, but it's only a small step.
And everybody who takes a drink is gonna be an alcoholic. We know that's not true, don't we? Let's face it, we're on opposite sides of the fence and there's nothing we can do about it. For you, if there's a law against it, it's wrong, black and white. I just don't see things that way, that's all.
Well, you want to give it a try, fella? It might keep you out of jail.
Maybe, but we'll change the law someday, even though your friend here thinks we won't. Believe me, it's a new world. Your laws are as outdated as Bustles. Laws are gonna have to be changed to keep pace with the new morality. They'll change or we'll have to break them.
What about your daughter? How's she gonna feel if you end up in jail?
She won't like it any more than I will, but you'll have to catch me before you can arrest me, won't you? In the meantime, it's a big game of hide and seek, and to me, it is a waste of time.
How old are you, Shipley?
23.
Isn't it about time you grew up?
Here we go, lecture number 131A.
No, I'm not gonna give you a lecture. I don't have the time. I'm just gonna lay it out for you straight. Now you listen to me. You chippy around with marijuana long enough and you're gonna buy yourself a lot of grief. After a while, marijuana won't be enough. You'll start looking for a bigger kick, and then a bigger one after that. And all of this is gonna go down the tubes. Your job, your house, car, family, everything. We've seen it happen before, and not just to the neurotics and psychotics that wife of yours talks about, but to nice, clean-cut kids from good families with good educations. They start out just like you, and they end up mainliners, shooting it in their arms. And they end up dead, or wishing they were.
Parable of Brave New World. There's another parable which was put forth more recently by the Lawrence book, 1984. 2,700 miles through a bleak and barren region of Latvia. Glaciers contrasting sharply with the hot, hardened deserts of the north, where nature has deposited the world's richest stores of nitrate. Synthetic substitutes have deprived Chile of its former monopoly. But the nitrate plants are still an important factor in the national economy. Deserts rich in nitrates and almost rich in copper ore, Chile possesses both. The government has operated mainly by foreign capital. Chile's mines yield up some metal-bearing ores, which refineries convert into copper of thousands of years. Utilizing electricity in production, Chile's copper helps meet the demands of this electrical age. In contrast to mines and industrial plants, quiet, pastoral areas seek another aspect of space. Stood through the ports of the western coast, such as Valparaiso, are reminded of the role of the sea in this country, which fronts the Pacific Ocean for nearly 3,000 miles. Yet, very few years with its ports, mountains, deserts, mines, and pastoral areas, one major region remains essentially dominant. It is the Central Valley which sustains the bulk of Chile's population. The Central Valley, with its groves of poplars springing amidst the Andes. The medical school is but one of many institutions of learning in Santiago, which is the cultural as well as political capital of Chile. The Art Academy takes its place beside medical schools, colleges, and universities in this famed educational center. The promised view of the city has not been forgotten, and the day's program is to include a visit to the heights of San Cristobal. Yet there are attractions for the visitor in the drive through the streets of the city itself. Broad boulevards and spacious parks, and many places of historic interest lie along the route. Then McKenna's proceed to the downtown section with its many office buildings housing commercial and financial activities. The rugged ranges of the Andes loom in the distance as far as the eye can see.
take control of your shit. Don't be the type of rapper. Don't be a stupid rapper. A stupid rapper is a motherfucker that has somebody else tell them what to do, which is not always wrong, but if it's something that you feel that you don't have to do, you really have to question it and find out why they want you to do it. Most niggas, they feel like, well, you see what Biggie's doing, you know, he has the hat, the camo, and listen, you have to be like that. But if you don't really want to be like that, you don't have to be like that, you know what I'm saying? A lot of motherfuckers just try to tell a nigga to do something so quick and give them examples of other motherfuckers that did it and blew up and make them think they can do the same thing, but it's not always necessarily true. And at the same time, you gotta watch your money. So much funny shit in this game where they can play with your money and you won't even know. I mean, so I got in the game, I got a lawyer to watch my lawyer. That's just the way it's supposed to be played. You know what I'm saying? I speak to niggas that got money in the game and they let me know, yo, dog, it's a dog, eat dog, world. Niggas is trying to get as much as they can. And if you're an ignorant motherfucker, they gonna thrive off that. They can tell you anything. And I've never been stupid. So, especially with a whole big